Oh, it sounds insane.
Man, what's good, YouTube? Got my Corsa exhaust piece. Get this loaded up. Put my camera back. And of course, the box don't fit in there. Here we go, YouTube. Last cold start on juice right here. 2019 Camaro ZL1. Stock MPP exhaust. Now y'all know why we putting the Corsa on, baby. Let's get it. It's your boy ZT zooming, and we are back booming in this thing, y'all. So today is the day. Finally, man, I got the part that I needed. We getting the Corsa variable valved exhaust put back in, pretty much just like the MPP, so you can pretty much go from extreme to like a more quiet mode. Woo, we are running up the miles on this thing. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, you guys are just finding me. My name is ZT, and I just bought this Camaro ZL1 3 weeks-ish ago, something like that. When I bought it, I had 2,900 miles on it. And no, maybe 27. I don't know, I don't remember. But essentially, we doubled the miles on this thing in 36 hours. And now you see I'm all the way up to 54. We're just gonna keep running it up. So right now, we are on our way out to the shop. If you guys subscribed and you haven't seen the shop, because I realize it's been some months, like, since the shop has actually been on the channel. We have got a hoist or a car lift that we put the car on. So that's what I'm taking my ZL1 out to. We're about to get this exhaust installed. Man, I had this exhaust on my Pro Charged SS before, so I've already got an idea of what it sounds like. But with the ZL1 sounds so much nastier stock than what my SS ever did. So I can't even imagine what it's about to be like once I actually get this Corsa installed. Just got out to the shop. We got to get one last rev, right? Well, that was kind of whack. Now I want to do my tune even more. I just realized, I guess I haven't revved it too much on this thing since I had it, but it doesn't rev above 4K in neutral. What? Whack. All right, you guys. I'm gonna let this cool off for a little bit. Check it out. I got these right here for the pinch welds. I had that video before where I had made the hockey puck so that they could be the little pinch weld adapters. Well, let me get you guys set up here. So, anyways, I left one of those little hockey pucks on the last time and drove around, lost it. Instead of spending $5 for 2 hockey pucks, I think one of these are like 15 bucks or something like that. So these are little pinch weld adapters. Obviously I got orange, y'all know what it is. It's like a reddish orange though. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these put on. I'll show you guys where you're supposed to put them on the pinch welds before you lift your car up. I'll show you all of that, but I'm gonna let my car cool off. I picked myself up something to eat, so I'm gonna get down real quick and then we're gonna get to this video. Let's go, man. I'm hyped today. Today's gonna be a lit ass day. Y'all gotta stay tuned for this video. Let's go. Car's been cooling off for a little bit. Let's see about getting the legs here on the lift up underneath the car. This car isn't lowered yet like the SS was. I'm sure you guys remember on the SS, we had to drive up onto some pieces of wood that I have over there. I don't think we'll have to do that. The only thing I'm really concerned about is the side skirt here. I don't know how much higher the feet have to be so that this part of the leg here doesn't hit on that side skirt once the feet tuck up under the car. I haven't seen underneath this thing yet, so let's see if we got some surprises. I don't think so. It had such low miles on it when I got it, but you never know. And this car actually has a pretty crazy story. So this car is actually from the East Coast. This car was driven in Pennsylvania. It got bought by the dealership in Iowa, and then I drove it all the way to California. So this mug has been cross country. There's the part we need. stickers. Y'all know I love the stickers. Can't have too many of those. I think I'm stocking up on these now. Damn, I've been waiting for this. Cool, I'm happy to be able to get this on finally. I can't wait to have my Corsa on. All right, got her up on the lift for the first time. Definitely dirty underneath here. Look at all this crap from driving across the country. Who knows how much it got driven, where it was at. And I was coming from a place too where they got salt and stuff all on the road, so I'm gonna need to figure out something to clean this up down here. You guys let me know, are these factory right here, or did the last owner have those installed? I'm not really too sure. Other than that, looks pretty good. This is an extra skid plate there, or they changed the skid plate. I don't know if it's different on ZL1s, but my 17 SS did not have a skid plate like that at all. Basically everything else to me all looks the same. Cats, the exhaust, all looks all good. All right, oh, one last thing. Let's check the pinch weld adapters. I don't know if I can get my camera in there. Sorry, it's sideways, but you can see that little orange peeking out right there. That's the pinch weld adapter on there. There's a little opening here in the side skirt that allows you to get up under there. But let's go ahead and start taking this exhaust down. I am running out of time and it's hot. So we are all set up here. Going to be super easy to get this one taken off. Before we get too far though, let me show you the exhaust we're gonna install. So I got the Corsa NPP, or variable exhaust, some people call it. Got the black tips on it. There's the valve there, opens and closes. I've even got a video, sorry about the noise. I even got a video, you guys, of where I cut this thing open. So you guys, go check out my videos. I got videos for everything, y'all. So that's it, and then we are also going to be putting on the double X pipe, the famed double X pipe. Now, this X pipe right here, you guys can no longer get. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You can't get these anymore, especially if you're in California. Man, shout out to everybody that took care of me to make sure that I got mine. Whew. I also bought it though before they did the crackdown on this, so keep that in mind too, you guys. If you guys want a how-to video on how to do this, this really isn't the video. I have a video of me installing this exhaust on my SS. It's basically the same, but I'll quickly go over it for you guys. You need to remove this brace right here first, loosen up the bolts up here. You gotta pop it off of the hangers back in here, and then there are some exhaust hangers back here by the tips that you need to take care of. That's pretty much it. It's really simple to take off, not too many bolts. Damn, I didn't know if we were ever gonna get here, you guys. Got the stock exhaust removed. What's this front seal right here? This ugly thing gave me a hassle. One tip is just to knock that back if you're ever doing it. Hope I didn't mess the seal up too much in there. I'll probably reuse this gasket seal right there. Hopefully that seal's still good in there. We'll see. Get this big old ugly heavy ass jalopy out the way. These things gotta be like 100 pounds. It's ridiculous how much this suitcase weighs. Jeez, look how messed up this pipe was. Whew. Alright, so this is the pipe compared to the new one I got here. And yeah, you can see where it got dented up at. So that's all from the accident. This is the one that goes in the passenger side here. This one does have a small dent in it, but not really anything that I'm tripping about. To me, it wasn't worth the money to actually buy a new one. So let's start getting this put up. This is the double X pipe. I do have the setup that removes the secondary caps. The last thing that's kind of hard is to get all of these freaking exhaust hangers to get them to slip over right there. I hate those little rubber boot things, but whatever. I'm gonna get those off and we'll start getting this thing put up. Real quick, you guys, look at what a professional weld from a quality company is supposed to look like. Jeez, that janky weld I got when my freaking AFR gauge got put in, that was wild, man. F that shop for real. But I get a chance to start new. So we're looking pretty good. I was having a little bit of trouble like right here. I forgot I dropped this pipe when I was installing this on my SS, and I bent up this connection right here. Well, I pulled them apart and had a hell of a time, and now I'm really struggling to get it to slide back on. But that's looking good. Right here was touching, but once I tightened it all down, now it's not touching. I got a little bit of clearance. There's still that foil there, so yeah, I'm not tripping on it too much. I mean, the new pipe stands out, but it'll start to varnish like this here before too long. So I just got to finish getting this all whacked in, and then we're on to the axle backs right here. Whew. Woo. Man, I'm happy to get this back on here, you guys. You don't even know how happy I am. Man, it's gonna be so nice. And now when we shift down into the lower gears, it's gonna sound nasty. Woo! Woo! It's live and in color! Woo! If you guys are ever installing an exhaust yourself, always make sure that you get something like this, how I've got this stand here. And you wanna try to push your exhaust pipes up as high as you can. And then you go and you tighten all of the clamps around that area. Let me adjust these clamps and then I'll get that tightened down. And after you get these clamps tightened up, then you want to move your brace back a little bit, put it about halfway back, and then tighten up these clamps around here, and then we'll get one of these, each one of these mufflers separately. And see here, now you can really tell why it's important to make sure you're jacking up that exhaust, because you can see that muffler on the right side, how much lower that it's sitting down than the one on the left side. So you always want to try to push it up just so it stays tucked up in here. You won't scrape it on nothing when you're driving, especially if you're lowered. You want to make sure your exhaust is tucked up as far as possible. We looking hella good, you guys. I got something on the camera. Hopefully that's better. All right, so got the exhaust all hooked up, got everything tucked up. You can see that the mufflers there are about even. A couple things if you're doing this, don't forget to put the rest of the bolts. Don't forget to put the rest of the bolts on this bracket here that hold the exhaust hanger. And then don't forget about this transmission tunnel cover. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the real name is, but this piece. Don't forget to put this little piece back on there. So you need this extension here for the NPP where it plugs in at, because they moved this actuator over. But on my last one, I melted it, you guys. So I need to get a new one of these. It's like a 12-inch extension. By the time this video comes out, I very well may have found one, but if anybody knows what this type of connection right here is called, it's a 5-pronged one, specifically to GM, I would guess. Go ahead and shoot it down in the comments. And like I said, I very well may have found it already, but just in case I haven't, you guys shoot it down below so that I am able to get this ordered up, and I'll just buy another extension. It can't be that expensive. But in the meantime, I got it on the vise and I pulled it out of there. I got the prongs exposed. Definitely not what you want, but maybe enough to get it to work in the meantime till I get a new one. All right, so there it is. Everything is done. Exhaust is totally hooked up. I ended up not rinsing off the pipes and stuff like that just because I need to clean under here anyways. I wasn't gonna take the time just to knock all that dust off. It wasn't all that important to me. So if you notice that the tips are a little bit dusty and dirty, that's why. I'll get a whole wash on this thing here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and let her down, and then we need to remember to put that fuse back on here so that the MPP actually functions. Oh, and we need to remember to take off the pinch weld adapters so we don't leave them like we did that hockey puck. These pinch weld adapters actually worked really good. So if you guys don't want to spend the freaking $40 to get the ZL1 mag pads, you can go over to Amazon and get these ones. They come in 3 different colors, I think, and I only spent 15 bucks a piece on them. So there you go, total of 30 bucks, or you can get the other ones for 40 for one. All right, here it is, the moment of truth. It feels like it's been so long. Let's get her started up, and then I'm gonna get her backed out the shop, and then we'll get some revs and all of that going for you guys. It's so much louder. Let's get it pulled out and get some revs. Wow, that quieted it up a lot. tips are amazing. That's valves closed. So let's open them up.
Oh, it sounds fucking insane. We are in business.
Man, this... Oh, I don't even know what to say, you guys. I'm so hyped right now. It's so nice to finally just like have my car back sounding mean, man. All right, we about to get this first drive in, but y'all gonna have to catch it on the next one. I'm out, baby. Peace.